I've heard from my mentors or my teachers that once you take plant medicine and you have a certain experience, you should be able to go back and match that frequency without taking the plant medicine. Now, I've never been able to do that. I've never been able to just put myself in this state where I'm the state that matches when I was tripping on mushrooms. I just have never been able to do it. Until last week when I'm telling my client about this trip.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on
Hey,
over?
what's up? It's Case with Everyday Masters. I wanted to make a video on an experience I had last week that was amazing. I had a client that came in, and when we were done, she was talking about how she would like to try magic mushrooms. I mean, I'm no professional with magic mushrooms, but I've probably done mushrooms a couple dozen times in my life, so I'm certainly no rookie. And every time I've done mushrooms, I've had an amazing experience. So anyway, she had this fear about taking mushrooms. So I thought I would tell her the story of the last time I took mushrooms, which was last year. I got these mushrooms from southern Mexico, or at least that's where the strain started, in southern Mexico, and it's famous with the shamans. And it is known to be a spiritual mushroom. Now, I don't even know what spiritual mushrooms mean. I mean, I've always had a spiritual experience. So I'm telling her this story. I take these mushrooms, about 40 minutes. I get into about 40 minutes, and I can feel them kicking in. I have this overwhelming sense that someone's with me. I can feel this presence, and it's palpable. It's like I know someone's there, and I know it's my mom. And my mom transitioned, I believe, 8 years ago. So it was just a really magical experience because I knew my mom was with me. And I started feeling so much gratitude for my mother and everything that she did for me. And I was just so grateful. I just had tears just streaming down my face as fast as I could produce tears. It was an amazing experience. And then it spread to like her mom and dad and her brother. And I was so grateful that I was able to share parts of my life with them, these experiences, just for these beings of consciousness to come into my life and to have these experiences. Then it started seeping backwards into my life. And if you would ask me, like, do you remember this guy in high school? I'd be like, nope. Do you remember this teacher? Nope. Do you remember this coach or this tournament? Or my memory of my past is not good. At least that's the story I tell. It's like, I don't really have a great memory when it comes to my past. I tell myself it's because I spend so much time in the present. I just never look back, and it's not important in my life to know all these people. My point is, if you would have asked me about my memory, I said I don't have that great of a memory of my earlier days when I was really young. So as I'm having this overwhelming experience of gratitude, it starts going back into my life, and I start remembering every person that I've met. And for hours, probably 4 hours, it just kept going back and back. I went all the way back to elementary school, and I remembered everybody's name. I remember what they were wearing. I remember what we were doing. I was there. And as I'm telling her, this feeling of gratitude was coursing through every cell in my body. I mean, it was overwhelming, just like vibrating at such a high frequency. And as I'm telling her this story, I'm matching this frequency, and my memory is off the charts. I started reliving these experiences that I was having with these people 50 years ago, 45 years ago, like they were happening now. And I just couldn't believe that. My memory is amazing. My memory is perfect. I remember every single thing that ever happened to me if I need to. And I started thinking, wow, just by telling that story, I put myself in that state of mind, and the gratitude came in and the memories came in. And then I realized, dude, this is what we do all the time. We're always matching a frequency, and it's the frequency of the story you're telling. Now, I feel super blessed because my default is telling positive stories. So if I'm working on a new project and I start to doubt that this project has any momentum, I just start thinking about the times in my life where I've already done it. Like I remember this one time, I had invented this product and I had done everything. I did all the manufacturing, all the packaging, everything. I designed everything. And I'm at the largest trade show in the world. And the largest distributor comes to me on the first day and they go, "We want your product. We want your product." The feeling that I had done it, the feeling that I had this idea and I went through everything it took to get this, and then it was actually happening and I was experiencing it. Dude, every time I tell that story, the projects I'm working on now feel like home runs. And I just realized that, what story are we telling? Because dude, if you're telling the same story, the same shitty story, the same thing, dude, that's the frequency that you're at. I honestly believe that sometimes the goal of being a human is being able to turn lemons into lemonade. And each of us can go back in our life and look at a situation, look at an experience that happened to us and see the benefits of it. That story that we're telling, be careful what you're telling, because you're going to match that frequency as you tell that story. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. I love you. Peace.
It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Got that DJ playing music everybody wants to hear, yeah. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Everybody